Guy between the Chicago Bears and the Houston Texans. It's an Indian summer afternoon. Perfect conditions for football, and off we go on EA Sports.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
Faking the give. Now Watson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 29. A huge play there right off the bat. 46 yards. On first down, it's Watson. And this is caught at the 8. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Quick throw completed by Watson. And the Texans are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, second and goal. They'll try to run with Breida. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Matt Breida, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Texans 7, Bears nothing. Justin
following the touchdown, Rohrwasser handles the kickoff duties. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
5-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
To Tariq Cohen.
Let's see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. To throw. Dancing to his left. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
No hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'm gonna put out one for the safe boy till there's nothing left. I'm gonna run to the bed and
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Off of play action, it's Watson. He's going to rifle one deep left, and this will be caught at the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 34. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has zero answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range, so now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Eluding the pressure right. Brings up fourth down. Solid coverage by the Bears D.
Well, they certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
A 46-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And that will make it 10-0 here in the first. So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Tariq Cohen on the return. The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball.
Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead. He's got it, and it's 17-0.
Is good. Makes the score Texans 17. Bears.
Following the touchdown, Rohrwasser handles the kickoff duties. This will make it into the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football.
Oftentimes when we talk about piling on in any subject, it's a negative. In this case, for this team, it's a real positive. Just scored. Now they go down, knock the ball free, get it back. They got a chance to really increase their lead and put themselves in the driver's seat.
On the other side, a little insult added to the injury. They're in a bad spot. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Flush to his right. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. He'll try to run this one in. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A loss of 2 there, second down.
Well, I know defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
A quick throw complete into the flat out left. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Rohrwasser's kick is good. But wait up now, a flag is down. If this is on the defense, they're going to get the first. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. To throw is Watson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. 2 first-quarter touchdown passes now for Deshaun Watson. And the Texans will extend their lead.
For the extra point.
Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it's stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it 2nd down and 11.
No, I can't go. And whoa, sometimes I need a check. 53. Check. 53 to Mike. 53 to Mike. Let's go, defense.
They'll run here with Swift. And, this Texans defense, they're all charged up now. They stop him behind the line for the 2nd straight play. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
That'll go as a 42-yard punt. They'll be aided by a loss of yardage on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. And now a shot into coverage downfield is complete. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
From the red zone now, Watson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So the face mask moves him closer, and now 1st and goal. On the jet sweep, here comes Fuller. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Matt Breida with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Taken in the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. They'll look to throw here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Fielded at the 33. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A good return there, 17 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. He'll look to throw right away. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. A shotgun snap for Watson. Being chased out left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
He's letting this one go for Fuller, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. Rohrwasser's kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll start on the ground with Swift. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. They went counter there offensively, and a couple of defenders were on skates for a second.
They certainly were. And you know what offensive linemen love about the counters and the misdirections? Sometimes you don't even have to block the defender. He can run himself out of the play if he doesn't read his keys properly.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
2nd and 11. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. First and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
Justin Rohrwasser.
That pick six extending this lead even further. Boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Takes it at the 7. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Flushed out right. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing. They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Here comes the Bears punter now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken at the 46. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. On first down, here's Breida. And he stopped immediately there. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Check safety, check safety.
A final shot before the break. Watson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Texans add on. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered. Defensively, a disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be, because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'll be 1st and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play. Now, a little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere. Swift is hit, and he coughs it up. And the Texans scoop it. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for the Texans touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
The fumble on first down. Now here's 2nd down.
Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in.
That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
First down, Bears.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Panther 60, Panther 60.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
As he throws and the ball is out. It's a live football. And the Texans scoop it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. Out of the gun, Watson. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make this a second down.
A 9-yard pickup. It's 2nd and 6 at the 36-yard line.
From the gun, here's Watson. Flush to his right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down. Now Watson. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Well, not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there, and the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
And the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
That's complete to Swift out of the backfield.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And now before they run this fourth down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Here comes the Bears punter now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And taken right at the 35. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going, and they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays for one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
A quick throw out wide to Fuller. That catch good for only a couple.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not look.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. Third and long. It's Watson. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up fourth. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
He was brought down at the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up second.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage.
CD, put on your OC cap here. What do you do? Second and 1, you get stuffed. Now third and 1.
You know, in the old days, I would have said we're going to line up and we're going to run the same darn play and we're going to get it right. But nowadays, as tough as defenses are, I want some mobility. I want some movement, putting the ball in the hands of my quarterback and giving him a run-pass option.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. So, boy, that's already the third they burned here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the fourth quarter. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And they're going to get the first down here as he's out to the 14. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs.
Down, Chicago.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
Tarvarius Moore.
It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Back now in Houston. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
53, Mike. It's our field. It's our free. Hey, it's our house. Check 13.
Flushed out right. Looking here for Smith. He's got a man. Complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A gain there of 30 big ones. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10.
Mike 20. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. There he goes left side. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score.
Rohrwasser on for the PAT.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Makes the score Texans 55, Bears nothing. Justin Rohrwasser set to kick off.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
Zero.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. He'll drop to throw. Flush to nowhere to go. Here he lost the football, and the Texans scoop it. It's a foot race. 20, 10, and they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Carl Lawson able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Rolling to his right. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
The Bears on third down. Just one conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. 35 yards that time on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll start on the ground with Breida. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
The Texans on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Watson off play action. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And here's Hofrichter now, the punter, as he sends this one away. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return.
The Bears take over 1st and 10. At
the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
3rd down.
On the jet sweep, this is Johnson. And he's not going to sniff the 1st down here. He stopped at the 25. Give him 3 yards there, as that'll take us to 4th down. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. There defensively to knock it away was the safety, Justin Reed.
Is a turnover on downs.
Throwing now, Watson. His throw caught at about the 5. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. You can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to. Because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
70. Bears nothing. Justin Rohrwasser.
Following the touchdown, Rohrwasser handles the kickoff duties. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down.
Third down.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1. The defense does its job. Now they're going to get the ball here in overtime with a chance to win it.
Major league kudos to them, because to get the ball back in this spot, everything was on them. It had to happen, and they pulled it off. They'll get it back for their offense with a chance to win.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory.
So for Houston, hey, they finish a perfect month of